Multiculturalism, Past and Present, a digital learning resource designed and narrated by Lily Wang. Australia is a country of migrants who have come from all around the world to build this nation. Just hop on the train in Melbourne, Sydney or Brisbane and you will see people of many different ethnicities and hear them speaking various languages. Walk around the city centre and you will see shops selling different kinds of food. You might see Chinese hawker stores selling steamed buns and dumplings, Turkish kebab shops, Italian pizzerias, Vietnamese bakeries, Japanese sushi trains, and Greek patisseries. Thanks to all these migrant cultures, Australia is a multicultural society. But what is multiculturalism? This means we respect and embrace the role of these cultures in Australian society. But multiculturalism has not always been a defining part of our Australian identity. Attitudes towards non-British ethnicities have changed over time. The first people of this land were the Aborigines, who arrived in Australia around 50,000 years ago. The Australian continent is steeped in the history of this ancient people. They were nomads who gathered food and hunted animals. They had their own culture, which centered around the dream time. In 1788, the British people invaded Australia. This was the beginning of Australia's history of racial prejudice. The British dispossessed the Aborigines of their land and livelihood. They believed that they were culturally superior to the native peoples and marginalized them. Massacres of Aborigines took place to reduce their numbers. On the 1st of January 1901, the British colonies in Australia came together to form a federation. Although federation was a proud moment in Australian history, it also enshrined British racism into law. Firstly, the Australian Constitution deliberately discriminated against the Aborigines. They were not consulted about the Constitution, nor was there any recognition that Australia was founded upon their homeland. Secondly, the new Australian Parliament pronounced the Immigration Restriction Act. This act intended to block out all non-Europeans from entering Australia and even involved a dictation test in any European language selected by an immigration officer. Non-British Europeans and Asians in particular suffered from this policy, which has come to be known as the White Australia policy. After the Second World War, Australia started a new immigration scheme that sought to attract more Europeans. Over the next few decades, more than 2 million Europeans came to Australia. A third of these were from Britain. Hundreds of thousands also came from Italy, Greece, and Germany. This initiated Australia's development as a multicultural society. In 1967, a referendum was held to remove the sections of the Constitution which discriminated against the Aboriginals. This was the most successful referendum in Australia's history, with over 90% of votes in favour of the change. At the same time, the Australian government was gradually shifting its policy on immigration. By 1966, the White Australia policy had been effectively overturned and was completely eliminated in 1975 under the Whitlam government, with the Racial Discrimination Act.